Rapper Akon, the convict, signed in 2007 the rapper Dolla to his convict record label. And at that time, guys, between 2007 up until 2009, Dollar Bill dropped 3 singles. The first, his commercial duet single, Who the Freak Is That? And this was featuring the rapper T-Pain and Tay Diggs. And it charted on the Billboard Hot 100. Now check this out. Convict Music is a record label, and it was founded by an R&B singer, Akon. And popular artists such as T-Pain, Cardinal Offshell, Cat D. Luna, and Red Calf, and Dolla, and Verse Simmons. They all signed in the past, and they're still present on the label. See, Akon started his own label after the success of his duet album. And after that, guys, Akon signed a deal with Columbia Records and Epic Records. And therefore, that's how his new artist signed to Convict Records. However, guys, Convict also signed some of those artists in Africa, some Nigerian artists, such as P Square, Two-Face, and Wizkid. And today, Akon net worth is worth $80 million. Yes, guys. Akon's net worth is more than $80 million. See, Roderick Anthony Burton II, and he was known as Dolla. He was a rapper from Decatur, Georgia. Very talented and suave as well. However, he was born in Chicago, Illinois on November 25th, 1987. But he soon moved to Decatur. Dolla has a twin brother, and his twin brother died at birth, which made him the only boy amongst his 3 sisters and his cousins. See, when Dolla was young, he, along with his sisters, witnesses their father committed suicide by shooting himself. And see, this affected Dolla so much that he constantly told his story to different people on multiple occasions. And somewhere in the music game, in the very beginning, Dolla was noticed by P. Diddy, Missy Elliott, and others. And during this time, after he was dropped from Elektra Records, because they said that his song So Fly was not progressing into a big hit, Dolla soon would meet Akon before he was famous and became good friends with him. Years later, around 2006 until 2007, they met again, and this time Akon was a star and Dolla was looking after his solo career. Akon agreed to help him after some dropout and other things were passed by Dolla would release his commercial duet single, Who the Is That? And all of a sudden that song blew up, and he was on the radio stations 24/7, and he was being interviewed left and right. He even got to 82 for about 4 months on the Billboard Hot 100. And in 2008, he would release multiple mixtapes, such as Another Day, Another Dollar, sex tapes, The Art of Seduction, and many more. So Dolla went on with his career, and he did as much as he could. He ran into trouble several times, but however, he was fine. See, Dolla was very territorial about his girlfriend. And when some dude pushed up on her, there was a big blowout about it. And Dolla wasn't having that. So I want to spin back to Akon right quick. And I want y'all to hear some of the things that he said whilst coming out into the music industry and growing his own label.
I mean, being an artist, you came from the streets, worked hard, taken years. How easy is it? I mean, what do they like?
Easy? It's not easy.
It's not easy.
Don't say the word easy.
So I mean, what
may seem easy from the outside looking in. Because you got to think like, it's more of a sacrifice than it is a fortune. People look from the outside looking in, just think, okay, travel the world, a lot of money, a lot of fun. It's not, I haven't seen my family in almost a year and a half. Everywhere we go, we don't get a chance to really enjoy it. We in, and then we leave the next day. You know what I mean? So it's constant work. Like, believe it or not, it's constant work. All this you're doing now so we can enjoy it. What is this big thing that everybody's searching for when it comes to being an artist or becoming a superstar? Like, what part of it is it that everybody enjoys so much? Of course, in the spotlight, it's a lot of more things that that actually come into the equation that you don't really focus on. Like, your privacy is completely thrown out the window. You don't get time to spend with your family as much as you would like to. It's definitely a lot of work. People think that it's really simple and easy. You don't have a life, really. Even a vacation is no longer a vacation. When you go out to a club, you're actually working. Because while everybody's partying, dancing, you taking pictures, signing autographs. And when you sleep, you're dreaming about figuring out ways of how to advance. So like, you never get a free moment for yourself.
So we all know, well, if you didn't know, see, Akon put out an image on himself, portraying himself as being a hard criminal, going to jail, getting locked up, committing crimes, having felonies on his background, and come to find out, guys, that was all fake. So in my book, Akon is all fake. But he's fake enough that his net worth is worth $80 million. And I guess that's what it takes in Hollywood for you to be fake. And also be a player with the elite and abide by their rules. So after Dolla was shot and killed, Akon spoke out about the dangers of gun violence. So he made a reference to his fallen protege, Dolla, at a meeting with students in New York City. Now it's stated that Akon was very good friends with Dolla. And I take it as this. So if you knew that this guy was in danger, or in fact endangering himself, why didn't you talk to him, Akon? Oh, but you gave him a record deal and you guys were good friends, good old friends. So Akon claimed that Dolla was a great kid and he didn't deserve that. And Akon said the reason that Dolla got shot was probably the most miscellaneous thing ever. He said it's to the point now where we're always trying to find ways to deal with our issues. So the man that was arrested, I want to talk about Mr. Arbery Berry, guys. Do you guys see this man? His name is Arbery Berry. And as much as people don't want to believe it, this man has a connection to Akon and a connection to Nigeria. Yes. And this man was sent to commit the blood sacrifice. Yes. Upon Dolla for Akon. See, Akon wasn't trying to sell Dolla's music. Akon was selling his image, his looks, his pretty boy persona. This is what Akon was doing, guys. And see, in my opinion, Dolla didn't want to get down. Allegedly, he did not want to get down with Akon with these sexual rituals. He was not going for it. That way, he had to be taken out. But if you guys didn't know, when you get these record deals, these managers have life insurance on their artists. So it was nothing for Akon to get Dolla snubbed out the game. But see where he messed up at and made it so obvious? Do y'all see this man, Arbery Berry? You guys are looking at this guy and just thinking he's a normal guy off the street. He's a gangbanger. No, this guy right here is very well connected to the Hollywood scene. And this is no coincidence, guys. How does somebody kill Dolla, the rapper, and he's connected to the Hollywood scene? Not only that, Mr. Berry, the charges were dropped against him. And he was only charged with 2 counts of assault with a firearm. And then he was charged with 1 count of murder. In the story I did about Taraji Henson's baby daddy, the wife and the husband that brutally hacked him up only served 30 to 50 months in jail apiece. There was no life sentence for murder. So one might ask, What connections does Aubrey Berry have to Akon in Hollywood? Oh, shuck it, duck it, quack, quack. The rabbit hole, the avenue goes deeper and deeper. Come down the rabbit hole with me, guys. This is Aubrey Berry. Do y'all think he ain't sitting with Akon or couldn't sit with Akon? How is he sitting with these celebrities in Hollywood? He's with the singer Neo right here, guys. Neo is posing with a murderer, right? Aubrey Berry. And so check this out, guys. So Berry's lawyer, Howard K. Price, claims that his client was acting out of self-defense because he thought that Dolla had a gun and Dolla was taking the gun out to shoot him first. Therefore, he shot him in self-defense. Like I said, guys, when these celebrities and their family members get sacrificed, it's made to look as like an accident, a drug overdose, or a death that just suddenly came up out of the clear blue sky with no force attached to it. Cause I'm finna tell y'all some shit right here, and see, I get emotional, but I'ma stay calm. Because after Dolla was shot and killed, when the coroner came to pick up his body and they got to the scene, there was no weapon found on the rapper Dolla. So how was Aubrey Berry acquitted for murder? So Dolla was killed at the Beverly Center when he was 21 years old. So when police picked up Aubrey Berry in Atlanta, he was on his way, guys. He was at the airport when they was picking him up. Akon sent this nigga to go back to Africa, to Lagos, okay? He was on his way back to Lagos until everything cooled down. But anyhow, guys, he was acquitted of this, and they took it as, oh, it was self-defense. But how was it self-defense when Dolla had no gun? And for you to think that somebody's going to pull something out and you've never seen a pistol, but you had yours cocked and ready. This was a blood sacrifice, and this was murder. Because those two crossed paths before. And this guy, I don't care what y'all say, he was sent by Akon to set up the sacrifice, okay? Sometimes they'll set up fights between other people, or sometimes they'll set up beefs between one another. And they'll beef it up until someone actually wants to do something, like he did. He claims that this young man took a gun out. He thought he was pulling a gun out, therefore he shot him. So they did come across one another in a club just 2 weeks before meeting up again. So once again, guys, Dolla and his friend were out shopping at the mall. They were waiting on their car to come in until the valet. And then Aubrey comes out of nowhere. He makes himself seen to Dolla and making sure that Dolla sees him. Okay? And then he pulls out the gun and he shoots him down dead. Now, Aubrey was not out trying to shoot or fight anybody. He was just shopping. In Aubrey Berry's ass, he methodically aimed his pistol at Dolla. And then, see, guys, after he shot him, he ordered his valet to retrieve his rented sports utility vehicle. And he was still clutching his gun, waiting on them to spin his car around so he could escape and go to the airport and go to Lagos, Africa. Aubrey is well connected to the Hollywood scene, and in my opinion, guys, this was Akon's blood sacrifice. Because in 2009, when this young man was killed, Akon's net worth was at $21 million. Shortly after that, it came to $60 million. And now today, Akon's net worth is at $80 million. And all it took was for him to lure this young man in and make him his protege. See, they're proteges on the outside to us. But in reality, guys, these were their blood sacrifices. And like I said, you have to give something to get something. And Akon gave young Dolla's life and sacrificed his soul for fortune and fame. Because Aubrey Berry was never charged for that murder. We must pay attention because the devil will always be in the details. Thank you guys for watching my channel. Please like the video, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell so when I drop a new video, you guys will be aware. Until the next video, guys, take care.